of the WNBA. Tonight we'll see the New York Liberty as they play against the Washington Mystics. With Brian Banafitemi and Tim Swartz, I'm Blake Suniga, and we're thrilled to have you with us.
From our nation's capital, few fan bases bring it like the Washington Mystics.
It's clear there's something a little extra on the line tonight. From the feeling in this building, this matchup seems personal. It's rivalry time.
And so for New York, this is the first of 4 games they'll play this season against the Mystics.
And you can't understate the importance of this game. Both teams with a shot at advancing.
That's what makes it so interesting. I love the addition of this tourney, and the players seem to like it as well.
Now here is Ionescu. Pass to Stevens. Back to Ionescu. And here is Stevens, guarded by Austin. 3 on the clock. It's hauled in by Boston.
If she can get to the rim, she'll usually turn it into points, but the defense stood tall there.
Griner with the rebound. Now Ionescu. To the inside. Pulls up. Off target with the jump hook. Vandersloot outside. Boston covered by Ionescu. And that one's good. Austin.
You know, she's not going to force anything on offense. Austin plays within the flow of the game, takes smart shots.
Ionescu up top, defended by Atkins. Pass to Stevens. And she drops in the layup off glass.
That's exactly what they're going for in that possession.
The Mystics on offense. Boston outside. Atkins. And the call is going to be, an illegal screen.
Very close call there on the illegal screen.
I'd go along with it. You know, to me, it didn't really look like her feet were set.
A little over a minute and a half into this first quarter. Here's Hayes. Pass to Cannon. Stevens, guarded by Austin. Stevens, that's good.
Well, that's just Stevens playing big right there. My goodness.
Man, the Mystics missed the playoffs by 1 game last year, a heartbreaker. So what do they need to do to improve?
Well, I'm looking at the 3 categories they finished last in. Rebounding, turnovers, and free throws made. All 3 of those have to get better this season if they want to get to the postseason.
That one a tad offline to the right, but it drops in for her. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Outside Atkins. Pass to Jackson. Boston. And stolen by Brittany Griner. 3-pointer Sabrina Ionescu. And it's Austin with the rebound.
He only got a finger to that shot in the block attempt.
It was just as effective as a block. Made her completely change her release point and caused the miss.
Now here is Atkins. Back to Boston. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Ariel Atkins.
Well, the moment Boston gets that rock around the rim, it is really tough to stop her.
Pass to Stevens. Back to Ionescu. Here's Stevens. Great D that time from Shakira Austin.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy because 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup.
Now here's Vandersloot. Boston. She's guarded by Griner. And it's Atkins missing. New York leading. Pass to Griner. Ionescu. And again, it's the Liberty missing. And here's Vandersloot. side, Atkins. Boston outside. Vandersloot, she's guarded by Hayes. Vandersloot shot is off.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Lucky she was off.
I just hope that was a mistake by the D, because if that's how they plan to guard her, they're going to have serious problems.
Now here's Griner, and she floats it in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
Because of Ionescu's advanced playmaking ability, she's the kind of player that excels in the pick and roll.
Pass to Jackson. Here's Austin. From deep, Ariel Atkins. Good on the triple.
Check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates on the same page.
Outside Hayes. Now here's Griner. Defense right on her. The floater, and it's good on the layup.
It's been a very efficient first quarter for her, and she's just creating good opportunities. And when you do that, you can convert.
Now here's Austin. From deep, Ariel Atkins. It's hauled in by Cannon. Outside Hayes. Pass to Cannon. Now Stevens, guarded by Austin. Stevens in the post. Austin's there. The shot by Stevens, no good. Vandersloot outside. Atkins. Here's Boston. And the rebound paying off as they pick up two on the second chance bucket right there.
This is what Boston brings to your team. So much confidence in securing the offensive board.
Now here's Griner. Pass to Cannon. Hayes. Shoots over Vandersloot. It's hauled in by Boston.
That's too good a look to pass up there, despite the results.
And the 2023 Rookie of the Year, Aaliyah Boston, is a treat to watch.
Oh, yeah, she's a lot of fun. Personally, I love her passing, ability to run offense through the post. Boston is such an unselfish player, team first. Traits that we don't normally associate with first overall picks like her.
Now here's Atkins. Vandersloot outside. Atkins. Left side, Jackson. Atkins jacks up a three, and it's good. Rakia Jackson for three.
There is no way, and I mean no way, a player like her can be left wide open like that.
Now here's Ionescu. She hasn't yet put up any points in this one.
That one gives them a +5 rebound advantage.
Yeah, pretty clear. They've come out with a better energy and effort thus far.
Back to Jackson. Pass to Austin. Atkins, covered by Ionescu. This one for three. That will not drop. Still looking for a groove. 1 for 6 from the floor. And here's Griner. Outside Hayes. Here's Griner. Now Ionescu. That one drops for her.
Plays so tough inside. Ionescu will not back down.
Vandersloot with it. Pass to Jackson. Now here's Austin. She's guarded by Stevens. Screened by Austin. Jackson outside. Here's Boston. She's guarded by Griner. Outside Hayes. Griner. Cannon. Guarded by Jackson. Three-pointer Sabrina Ionescu. Drills it from outside.
Zero hesitation on Ionescu's shot. She's pretty much got it all picked out so that once she gets the ball, she's automatic.
Now here's Vandersloot. She's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Atkins. And another miss by Washington.
1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock.
Outside Hayes. Screen by Griner. Shoots over Austin. Got it off in time to beat the shot clock, but it's no good. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Liberty out in front, up 3. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter going. And taking a look at the Liberty performance here, guys, what are your thoughts?
The work they've done to get in close offensively, the difference right now.
And I like that they aren't settling for outside shots. Just keep attacking the rim.
Very aggressive.
Here's Banham. Inside, Garrett. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
She made that pass to a spot and let her teammate run right into it. That is how you distribute the basketball.
Now here's Carlton.
Pass to Charles. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. To the middle, and stolen by Charles. She hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Here's Carlton. Sinks the three-pointer.
Perfect swing there. Set her up with a terrific look.
Yeah, but that's a bad job by the defender to not fight through that screen to contest.
You want to see more effort there.
Now here's Allen. Pass to Zondalacini. Down low. Now Allen. Zondalacini.
Carlton defending.
Now Banham. Let's go with a three. And she's good on the three ball.
Right back at you. They immediately get those 3 points back.
Just trading punches from long range.
It's been a heavyweight fight.
Here's Caldwell. Now here's Carlton.
From outside the arc. Can't get it to fall, and she's missed her second after making her first. Pass to Zondalacini. Here's Mack. Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Well executed possession and a well-controlled shot.
Now Caldwell. Carlton. Now Caldwell.
From outside, off the mark. New York leading. For those joining us, we're in the second quarter with just about 3 minutes gone by. And the basket is good.
Boy, not a lot of resistance inside, and they're taking advantage.
That aspect of this game, the play in the paint, has gone almost entirely their way.
Absolutely.
Pass to Charles. Will it go? And her third shot of the night, no good. 0 for 3. To the paint, releases. Again, the Liberty, good for 2.
Oh, man, she is so good at making those lead passes.
And just over 3.5 minutes played in this second quarter. They really want to find that igniter here.
That's right, their offense is ground to a standstill.
Maybe you need to suit up, Tim. They need a spark. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that mate. 1 for 4.
Inside, Charles really takes charge, gets physical, and doesn't let anything keep her from scoring.
Here's Zondalacini. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for her.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. Just phenomenal ball movement.
Everyone's looking for the best shot, and it's paid off during this run.
Time called here. The Mystics decide to talk it over.
Boston outside.
Atkins from deep. Can't get it to go. She's taken 2 and missed 2. And the Liberty with possession here. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. Pass to Ionescu. Puts up a 3. And again, it's the Liberty from deep.
Now they've bumped up their field goal percentage into the high 50s.
You know, they really should be winning, shooting it like that. They're scoring the ball with tremendous efficiency.
Now here's Austin. 6 to shoot. From deep, Ariel Atkins. Good, and it's Aaliyah Boston who picks up the assist.
Medal-winning team for the Tokyo Games on the strength of her defense. Always in great condition. Atkins never runs out of energy chasing around those guards.
Outside Atkins. Screen by Austin. Pass to Jackson. The three-pointer off the mark.
You can tell she thought that triple was going to fall.
She's just shaking her head after that miss.
Kept alive. The kick out to Ionescu. Three-pointer. Stevens. She's guarded by Boston. Count it. Good.
Yeah, she's played an important role in her offense today, and really without her, they might not have the lead right now.
Outside Atkins. The three-pointer off the mark.
And they're not dominating the glass, but they're definitely doing enough to keep this lead right where it is.
They've separated themselves in a number of categories. Rebound is just one more.
Now here is Stevens. Back to Ionescu. Lets the three fly. The Mystics pull it in. Outside Atkins. And the layup's good off the glass.
Well, Atkins can score from pretty much anywhere on the court. Inside, outside, it doesn't matter. She'll find a way.
Here's Mack. They set the pick. Pass to Hayes. The left wing from about 16. Yes, on the jump shot.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it did not work. Not if it results in that shot.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, it's been a long time without a bucket. Focus.
Boston sets a screen.
Covered by Ionescu. Goes up, high post. Stevens grabs the board. Smooth sailing for New York. From past the arc, and Sabrina Ionescu good for 3.
Well, the lead should be safe. I mean, if they just keep shooting like this.
Yeah, they're on fire and really looking to pad that lead.
Now here's Austin.
Boston sets a screen.
Can't get it to fall. And these guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assists.
When everybody's involved offensively, it's in a way helping you defensively too.
And the foul called on Ionescu. That is her first foul of the game.
Substitution on the court.
And here is Vandersloot. No scoring yet from her, but that's likely to change. Outside Atkins. Shot clock at 6. Boston with the bucket.
Oh, man. Boston is a tough customer inside. Nice shot.
Pass to Hayes. Back to Ionescu. Reiner with the screen. Takes the 3. Reiner. Jackson pulls it in. Here's the Mystics with the ball. 17-point game. And here's Austin. She's guarded by Griner. Screen by Austin. From deep, Ariel Atkins. But they recover it.
They haven't really had much of an impact on the offensive glass in the second quarter. there's been a drop-off in that area compared to earlier.
Ionescu outside. The shake. It's not going to go for her. That'll do it for the first half. It's the Liberty, up by 15. And don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close. And we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third started. One of the stories here is definitely Stevens being able to get it done.
What I noticed more than anything about her first half offense was she didn't waste her opportunity. She made just about every good look she had.
And they were pretty much all good looks. I mean, her shot selection has been phenomenal throughout the game.
And welcome back as we begin the second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, but anything can happen. Well, the most important part of the Commissioner's Cup, the fact that every team selects a charity that they're playing for.
Each great organization gets a donation. The winning team's charity gets an extra bonus. But really, most importantly, all the charities get some much-deserved recognition, publicity, and some love.
Pass to Stevens. Ionescu. Out to the wing. And here's Cannon. Tipped and stolen by Ariel Atkins. And a foul called on the shot. Got her on the way up that time, so she'll shoot 2. And it's going to be on Sabrina Ionescu.
At the line for Washington, Ariel Atkins. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
Well, Ariel Atkins can do a lot for her team offensively, but she is also a very talented defender. She does a great job forcing turnovers and putting pressure on opposing shooters.
And so she makes both from the line. And so it's New York with it. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Pass to Stevens. Good for another basket. She's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
Well, this is what you get with Stevens, right? A go-getter who wants to make an impact.
Now here's Austin. Now Boston. She's guarded by Griner. Back to Atkins. Vandersloot. 5 to shoot. Pass to Boston. And she was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws for her.
First personal foul.
Well, it's hard to stay healthy, and Aaliyah Boston's done a great job of being available.
Well, she didn't miss a game during her first 2 years in the league, which is pretty incredible, playing more than 30 minutes per contest. But Boston doesn't just show up. She plays hard.
And the Mystics call time here.
She misses the free throw.
Well, you just have to be excited about Aaliyah Boston, a young woman with tons of skills. She dominated in college, and she's going to dominate in the WNBA.
And the second free throw, good.
Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Pass to Ionescu. Beyond the arc. Rebounded by the Mystics. Deflected and stolen by Hayes. Now Cannon. Reiner. She's guarded by Boston. Here's Stevens. That's good. And so Brittany Griner gets the assist.
With the fundamentally sound skill set, Stevens is able to create offensively.
Pass to Boston. Over Griner. Excellent D there from Brittany Griner. And so it's New York with it. They lead by 14. And she gets it to go.
Their second half has started well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts. I like to see that.
Now Vandersloot looking for her first basket still in this one. Austin, she's guarded by Stevens. Pass to Boston. Excellent D there from Brittany Griner. And here's Cannon. Back to Griner. Now Ionescu. Screen by Griner. Launches a 3. Ionescu can't get it to go.
Well, most games she can hit for deep, but this game, it's not there for her.
Vandersloot outside. Jackson outside. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Atkins. Fires the 3. They grab their own miss. Austin with it. Working on Stevens. Now Vandersloot. The 3. The Mystics again can't hit.
A lot of clanks by them early in the second here so far. Only 1 make on 5 tries.
Ionescu has it. She's got 13.
Call out the screen! Call out the screen!
Stevens the screen. The 3 ball. Again, Sabrina Ionescu missing. They're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. They got to score.
From deep, Ariel Atkins. And that comes off the assist by Courtney Vandersloot.
And I think Atkins is the type of player that is equally effective on or off the ball.
Jackson outside. Vandersloot. Outside Atkins. The 3 gets a 3-pointer to fall.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Timeout called the Liberty. Here's Banham. Outside Hayes. Pass to Stevens. Rebound, Tina Charles. They could get back to within single digits of the lead. Here's Vandersloot. Quiet so far offensively, searching for first points of the game. Just 5 to shoot. Fires from deep. Griner with the rebound.
Yeah, she didn't punish them for the weak coverage that time, but they just can't count on her missing.
Absolutely, Brian. She's got to go right back to that shot.
New York, no good that time either. Pass to Austin. And that comes off the assist by Courtney Vandersloot.
A sensational run has them on the verge of tying it up or maybe even taking the lead.
It's been an unreal turnaround, and I'm going to credit their defense right along with their offense for giving them the spark they needed.
It has been, on both sides of the court, what they needed.
Now here's Vandersloot. Now here's Austin. She's guarded by Griner. And it's blocked by Brittany Griner.
Well, given Griner's timing and explosiveness, she can pretty much block any shot that goes up in the air.
Jackson pulls it in. From deep, Ariel Atkins. Stevens grabs the board. Pass to Banham. Here's Hayes for three. And that's collected by Tina Charles.
She has slipped into a real funk here.
Definitely. The basket is not looking very big to her at this point. Took advantage of some shoddy D there. They got to at least get a finger on her.
Here's Banham. Pass to Griner. And again, it's the Liberty missing. Vandersloot outside. Back to Jackson. Charles the screen. Three-pointer. Jackson, no good. New York leading. Pass to Banham. Now here is Stevens. Guarded by Jackson. And here's Banham. Launches it. And it's Austin with the rebound. And they're looking for some kind of spark here.
Yeah, cold stretch offensively. They need a bucket.
Vandersloot, good.
That's their third straight make off an assist, and it's always good when you can score points by getting teammates involved.
Yeah, that's just great ball movement.
And the Liberty call time here.
So both teams making some changes here. Here's New York now. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Pass to Zondalesini. No good with the triple. The Mystics trailing. Out to the right wing. Here's Caldwell. Offensive board. Charles makes it off the glass.
Easily one of the most tenacious rebounders in the league. Charles is very familiar with second chance points.
Now here's Ionescu. She's got 13. Clock at 6. And there's the pick. Pass to Mack. And stolen by Charles. Now here's Carlton. Out to Charles. Off target with the three. Now Zondalesini. Garrett. She's guarded by Boston. Three-pointer Sabrina Ionescu. Rebound Tina Charles. From deep three-point range. And we've reached the end of the third. Liberty out in front. They're up by 4. Hold tight. We've got more basketball action headed your way. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. And the Liberty with possession here. A 4-point game. Back to Ionescu. Lets it go from deep. And the rebound goes to the Mystics.
He's still looking for a first triple of the second half. She had 3 at halftime.
Pass to Carlton. Boston. Here's Charles. Good. And it's Aaliyah Boston who picks up the assist.
Of their last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior.
This is smash mouth basketball, guys.
Yeah, they're really imposing their will offensively and getting exactly the kind of looks they want.
Now here is Ionescu.
New York foul. Against. First personal foul.
And we played through about a minute here in the fourth. Covered by Ionescu. Just 4 to shoot. Pass to Carlton to take the lead. That shot off. It's tipped out of bounds. Liberty ball as New York keeps possession.
So close to picking that pass off.
Still a nice play, though, to make sure the pass didn't reach the target.
It's intercepted. To the middle. Charles. That evens the score.
They're not rotating quickly enough on defense down low.
They've got to provide more resistance inside.
Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Now here's Ionescu. She's guarded closely. From downtown, it's hauled in by Boston.
Some of the shots she's taken today have been absolute head scratchers. She's out there playing like it's a game of horse, and it's not.
Mr. Ball meets Mr. Basket for a 5th happy pairing of the game. She's 5 for 9. Ionescu has it. Pass to Sandalacini. Over Carlton. Yes, right through the net.
Good shot for her there, but it's strange that she's not calling for the ball today like she normally does. She has to do more if her team wants to pull ahead.
Now here's Boston. 6 to shoot. Out to Charles. Here's the 3. Good, and it's Aaliyah Boston who picks up the assist.
She has definitely turned things around in this game. She was more of a background player in the first half, but here in the second half, she's looking like a star.
It's good.
She put that lead pass on a platter for her.
The Mystics with the lead. Pass to Carlton. And here's Caldwell. Boston inside. Charles, no good. A little over 3.5 minutes in the books now for this fourth quarter. Here's Banham. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
The defense can't make a habit of giving her that shot. She just doesn't miss many of them.
Here's Carlton. Here's Charles. Count it, and she'll have a chance for the three-point play. And it's going to be on Sabrina Ionescu.
All into her late 30s, Tina Charles continues to be one of the best scorers in the league.
I mean, it's just incredible how she's aged. Charles led the league in scoring during her 11th season in the WNBA.
And so it's New York with it, trailing by 4. Pass to Griner. Ionescu fires for 3. Jackson pulls it in.
The shot just not dropping for her today.
Now Atkins. Boston. She's guarded by Griner.
And here's the schedule for the New York Liberty. On Sunday, they'll kick off a homestand starting with the Connecticut Sun. And on Thursday, they'll kick off a road trip in D.C. against the Mystics.
And for their matchup with the Sky, well, that one's going to be game number 7 of the year for them. Really starting to get towards the heart of the schedule.
The first one falls.
Well, you talk about Aaliyah Boston. Yes, you know, obviously she's an incredible player, but off the floor, she is someone you really want in your locker room, a great teammate. Everybody loves playing with.
They're working hard to get inside and draw contact a little more than they did in the first half, Tim.
You know, and defensively, if you're trying to battle back, you can't keep sending them to the line.
Next time she has that much space, she should just go straight up with it and leave the fadeaway at home.
Here's Vandersloot. Jackson outside. Boston. And stolen by Brittany Griner. Pass to Cannon. Ionescu outside. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
That's some more rugged play from them inside. They have a decent edge in rebounds.
And that hard work on the boards needs to continue. That could be what swings this game.
Now here's Boston. Over Stevens. The Mystics again can't hit. And here's Griner. Ionescu outside. To tie it up. The shot that time not on target.
Yeah, she's been off her game this quarter. Just hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go down.
Outside Atkins. Pass to Austin. Vandersloot. She's guarded by Hayes. The Mystics again can't hit.
She hasn't really done much on the offensive end, but she has worked within the team to help them get the lead.
Now Stevens. Pass to Cannon. Hayes. Down low. Here's Ionescu. A nice shot by Griner.
So calm, so workmanlike. Griner is never scared of going after the big hoops.
Here's Jackson. Now here's Boston. Austin. Up top, Vandersloot. Looking to end the drought. Rejected by Tiffany Hayes. Now here's Ionescu. Pass to Griner. Hayes. To take the lead. And fouled hard that time. And she'll get 2 shots at the line. It's on Aaliyah Boston.
It's so tough to match up against Stevens inside. With her size and touch, there's no easy way to defend her.
No good on that one.
You know, as good as Stevens is inside, she breaks the mold of your typical WNBA big. She can stretch a defense as good as anyone.
Got a piece of it. To the right side. Sabrina Ionescu from outside. Buries the long-range jumper.
This is why this team turns to Ionescu during important possessions. They trust her to deliver.
Here's Vandersloot. Pass to Jackson.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
And here's Austin. Atkins, covered by Ionescu. Shot clock at 6. Back to Austin. Ionescu outside. A kick out to Hayes. And again, it's New York with a 3.
So mature mentally and emotionally, Hayes stays composed throughout the game.
Pass to Jackson. Now here's Atkins. Boston. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's blocked by Brittany Griner. And as the shot clock expires, 24-second violation. And now it's time to take another look at that huge swat.
And really, those are the plays that get you out in front and also keep you out in front.
Hayes. Pass to Cannon. Now Stevens. In for another field goal. A sublime 9 for 14 on the night.
They've done some nice work as we've come down the stretch into the final quarter.
Yeah, they're looking very determined to close this one out as soon as they can.
If there's a time to increase the lead, it's the fourth.
Vandersloot outside. Now Austin. Can they get it? Azare Stevens with the block.
Because of Stevens' competitive drive, she doesn't want to allow any easy buckets.
Pass to Griner. Ionescu. No good from outside.
Their comeback hopes are out the window. I think it's safe to say.
Yeah, out the window, and the window has been closed. It's a done deal at this point.
Let's get home.
It's good! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
What a clutch bucket by Austin. Ready to deliver.
And an intentional foul right there.
Second team foul.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
First personal foul. Third team foul.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6.
Tiffany Hayes.
And so both free throws good this time. And it's a 7-point ball game.
Good work at the line to stretch that lead out a little bit.
Outside Atkins. Off the mark there with the 3. Ionescu has it. So it's New York winning this one. A narrow win under difficult circumstances as the visiting team.